In 1993, Michael Jackson performed at the NFL halftime show and effectively changed the way the Super Bowl was done forever. But what if I told you he was booked in response to something else that was happening in culture? For context, the first Super Bowl was in 1967, and the first one actually didn't feature a celeb at all for the halftime show. In fact, an HBCU actually came and performed, and it was Grambling State University. Shout out to Grambling. Then, if we move on to Super Bowl IV, that's when the celebs start rolling in. And here we have Carol Channing, who showed up. She was a comedian, singer, actress, etc., and she performed at the Super Bowl. Yes, that brings us to the crux of our story In Living Color. Now, for those who don't remember, In Living Color premiered on TV in 1990. It ran through 1994. It was one of the most popular, if not the most popular show on television at the time. What does this have to do with the Super Bowl? Let's talk about that. In 1992, In Living Color put on its own Super Bowl halftime party. Now, again, this show was so popular that they ended up luring away over 20 million people from watching the Super Bowl halftime show to watching the In Living Color Super Bowl halftime party. So then the question becomes, what do you do when counter programming makes it so you lose 20 million viewers during a very pivotal part of your programming? You call the king of pop. So the NFL called Michael Jackson, and then that got us to where we are today. After the success of the Michael Jackson halftime show, that's when you get these big blockbuster events featuring all the celebs that we know today. And with that said, the next one coming up, of course, is Bad Bunny. Benito Bowl is coming up next week. I hope y'all tune in for that. I'm going to be watching too. The Grammys are tonight, though. With that said, peace.